Look up at the freezing winter sky, and you will almost always see three perfect stars in a row. For thousands of years, people across the world called them the Three Marys, the Three Kings, or Orion's Belt. But when modern telescopes finally zoomed in on that famous straight line, they didn't find three simple stars at all. So why hasn't anyone told us that the most famous constellation in the human sky is actually a complete illusion? The truth hiding inside that light changes everything. Almost every ancient culture in human history has a special story about this exact spot in the sky. If you travel to South America or Spain, you will hear them called Las Tres Marias, which means the Three Marys. In ancient Egypt, they were linked to the great god of the afterlife, Osiris, and some researchers have even proposed that the three massive pyramids at Giza were built to perfectly match the way those stars line up. Indigenous groups in Australia saw them as three brothers fishing in a canoe, while sailors used them to navigate unknown dark oceans and map the turning of the seasons. We gave them permanent names, reading from left to right: Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. To the naked human eye, they look like identical triplets, sitting side by side, perfectly spaced out in a neat little row. But if they look so peaceful and perfect from down here on Earth, what exactly is happening behind that light? The part that absolutely doesn't fit is that our own eyes are completely lying to us. If you had to guess right now how many stars are actually hiding inside Orion's belt, what number would you pick? Let's start with the bright star on the far right side. Its name is Mintaka. For hundreds of years, the smartest astronomers on Earth thought Mintaka was just one giant blue rock burning alone in deep space. It looks like a single, solid point of light, even when you look through early telescopes. But in the year 1904, a scientist named Johannes Hartmann was studying the light coming straight from Mintaka, and he noticed something deeply weird. The light was shifting. It was constantly wobbling back and forth. It wasn't one single star, it was two stars. They were orbiting each other so incredibly fast that they just looked like a single glowing blur. And today, with modern space technology, NASA knows it's not even two stars. It is a complex, chaotic system of 5 massive stars. They are all locked together in a violent gravitational dance. One of those stars is 20 times heavier than our own sun. It burns so hot that its surface temperature reaches roughly 50,000 degrees. If you took that star and put it right where our sun is, our oceans would literally boil away in a matter of seconds. So if that first tiny dot is actually a wild cluster of 5 giant stars, what does that mean for the other 2? Let's move across the sky to the far left side of the belt, the star called Alnitak. Again, if you look up tonight, it looks like a single, proud point of light watching over us. But aim a powerful modern telescope at it, and the light instantly splits apart. Alnitak is a triple star system. The main star in this powerful group is what scientists call a blue supergiant. It is 33 times heavier than our sun, and it shines 10,000 times brighter. It is absolutely huge, and it does not sit alone in the dark. It has 2 smaller star companions endlessly circling it, trapped forever by its massive gravitational pull. So if we just look at the left side and the right side of the famous belt, we are already looking at 8 different stars. 8 giant burning spheres of gas, all hiding inside what we thought were 2 simple dots. Then we finally get to the very middle of the belt, the star named Alnilam. This one actually is a single star, but calling it a simple star feels like a massive joke. Alnilam is a total monster. It is so big and so violently hot that it outshines almost everything else in our entire galaxy. Here is the craziest part about how it tricks us. It sits hundreds of light years further away from us than the other 2 star systems. It is buried way deeper in space. It shouldn't look like it belongs with them at all, but it shines just as brightly in our night sky because it is nearly 400,000 times more luminous than our little sun. It is a true cosmic furnace. It acts like a giant stadium spotlight shining right into your eyes from hundreds of miles away, making you think it is standing right next to you. The Three Marys aren't actually lined up next to each other in space at all. The physical distance between the first star and the middle star is completely mind-boggling. They just happen to line up perfectly from our exact, random point of view on planet Earth. If you flew a spaceship to another part of the Milky Way galaxy and looked back at our sky, there would be no belt. there would be no straight line. The entire illusion would instantly fall apart. But that is not even the strangest part of this story. The real tension comes from what is actually happening inside these giant stars right this very second. These stars are burning through their internal fuel at a speed human beings can barely understand. They are not like our sun. Our sun is slow, it is steady, and it is calm. It will keep burning happily for billions of years. But the stars in Orion's belt are reckless. Alnilam is losing its own physical mass 20 million times faster than our sun. A violent solar wind blows off its surface at incredible speeds, literally ripping the star apart from the outside in. They are young, they are wildly hot, and they are rushing violently toward their own death. Scientists believe that these giants really do not have much time left. Within the next few million years, which is just a tiny blink of an eye in space-time, these stars are going to run out of fuel. When they do, they won't just slowly fade to black and disappear. They will suddenly collapse inward, under their own crushing weight. And then, they will explode. They will trigger massive supernovas. One by one, the mighty three Marys will violently detonate. The explosions will be so ridiculously bright, you would be able to see them shining brightly during the day here on Earth. They would cast dark shadows on the ground at night, but after the dust finally settles, and the brilliant light fades away into the dark, Orion will lose his belt forever. The sky our ancient ancestors looked at, the exact same stars that guided giant wooden ships across unknown oceans, will be completely gone. A massive dark hole will be left in the most famous constellation we have. When you look up tonight and see that perfectly glowing line, how does it feel knowing you are basically looking at bright ghosts waiting to happen? Space is incredibly vast, and light takes a very long time to travel across it. The light hitting your eyes right now left those star systems hundreds, sometimes over 1,000 years ago. You aren't seeing them as they are today. You are watching a delayed broadcast of ancient giants slowly tearing themselves apart in the freezing dark. And that straight, quiet, peaceful line of 3 single stars you were taught about in school, it never actually existed at all. If you could safely put on a spacesuit and teleport to just one of these massive star systems, which one would you want to see up close?